Hello, hello. It's Monday night. Let's see. Is it 8:01 p.m. Mountain Time? So here I am. Ready to have a fun adventure. I put in the description of this video, I put blind adventure. And then I realized as it was starting that maybe that makes you think I'm going to have a blindfold on or something, which is not the case. It's just a blind adventure because I haven't made these cards and actually haven't had a lot of time to even think about them. So hold on, I'm just pulling up the video so I can watch myself and watch comments. Hi, welcome. Great to see you as you're popping on. I am excited about tonight. I've had kind of a hard day, and then I, got home and my husband fixed dinner, so that was really nice. He does that most nights. And so that helped. And then, of course, I thought, I just want to lay on the couch and do nothing. But then I said, nope, I'm going to keep my date. I'm going to go in and craft with my friends and show some stamping shenanigans. And probably that will end up being the best part of my day. And so thank you for joining. I hope there's something here that will inspire you. I'm going to flip this around. And Robin, it's time for Monday Magic. Oh, Monday Magic, no pressure on that one. I'll try to be a little bit magical today. I don't know. Let me see. This is kind of in a weird spot, though. I think I'm too close. So I'm going to back my tripod out just a little bit so that you can see further away. Okay, so there's my stamp set that I'm going to be using tonight, Stamped with Love. Now, I have had this stamp set a while, and I have not touched it. So I'm forcing myself to use it because I just hate it when it gets to the end of the catalog and I have not touched the stamp set, and then it's retired and that's the end. It is such a disappointing thing. So I really try to make rules for myself when I buy stuff. Okay, are you for sure going to use this? And this one, when I bought, I was kind of well, I really like watercoloring and Stampin' Blends and stuff, so I'll give it a go. But it doesn't have any dies or punches attached. And so it's arguably a little bit more work, but I'm up for it. Let's work. So what I'm going to do is I actually am going to make 3 cards, and I have them written out what I'm planning to do. And so if at the end of that, I kind of want you to vote and say which one you like the best. So here's the first one. These are all just in my head. I haven't really made them yet. Maybe that just needs to be straight. I feel like it needs to be crooked. So this is Stays On. And I'm stamping on, watercolor paper, and that was not very dark, so let's try that again. Watercolor paper can be kind of a pain to stamp Stays On. Hold on, I gotta move this over so I can see exactly where I'm stamping to try to get it in the same place. I probably should have re-inked my Stays On to have made it a little bit more juicy, but that looks better. I'm happy with that. Let's go with it. Put that one aside. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is use this adorable envelope, and do a watercolor wash. Actually, that's the second. Nope, I just stamped Love You Always. I was actually going to do a different one. I was going to do, where is it? Oof. I've got these all on blocks now. Okay, I Like You. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty. Okay, so watercolor wash. This is one of my most favorite things to do, and I haven't done it in a long time, and that's partly why I'm like, you know what? It's time for a watercolor wash. This is going to transform my day and end on a high. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of watercolor around the envelope. And I do have a little thing of water here, just because I wasn't sure if I ended up doing a lot. Well, I like to keep water there when I'm watercoloring, because then you can easily hop in there if your water painter isn't doing exactly what you want. Okay, so I'm just kind of wetting it down all around the 2 envelopes. I guess those are envelopes, yeah. It's got a stamp on it. Okay, and then out here a little bit more too. And sometimes with the watercolor wash, you can be really specific about the edge. I'm not really. I think right up there I went across the barrier. Okay, color. What color am I going to use? I'm going to try, Balmy Blue. Because I am using this project. This has become my new Mango Melody. Last year I was using Mango Melody on like every project. And now that's Balmy Blue. And it took me a little while to like this. But now I like it. So blue watercolor washes are my favorite also. They just seem to be so soft. I'm using blue, so much blue lately. I used to be much more pink. But I'm finding that I don't have pinks. This is probably polished pink. That was my other color that was my main go-to. I'm finding frustration with the pinks of my options, but that's probably just my own inability to let go of polished pink. Okay, there we go. Got some watercolor wash around the edges. Now, I'm not going to obsess and make it look like a perfect square, because if it was going to be a perfect square, it could be a piece of balmy blue cardstock. So instead it needs to be a little bit more whimsical. And also I shouldn't go over everything a ton of times because that takes away that cool watercolor edge, which I already did. And I don't have enough of that balmy blue still. So now I'm touching my water painter down to the ink pad. Not a very good idea, but that's all right. Okay, so I'll stop there on that one. So you can see that. Let's see if I can zoom that in for you a little bit. Ooh, really pixelated. Yeah, it looks really light on camera, but it is pretty nice in person. Maybe you should just add, maybe I'll add just a little bit more, or I wonder if I just need to do like a darker color to even get it to be more visible, because I am, after all, watering it down before I put it on the card. I'll just do another layer right in here close. Now, as I'm going around this, I can see a lot of white space. There's a couple places where I've missed, and I'm not touching those. I'm leaving those white so that it maintains that watercolor look. Primarily like a little edge all around the envelope. There's a little bit of extra there. I'm just leaving that. Okay, so how does that look with the second layer? I think it does show it a little bit better. And I don't want it to be two rings, so I'm going to just blend that in a little bit. Okay, first step done. We definitely need a little bitty heart right there. And I've got reds here. Let's go with Poppy Parade. And take that little heart and stamp right in there. Aw, so cute. And then I'm thinking probably we want to watercolor the pen, but I didn't make a plan for that. I think I might stop where we are. Let's see, get rid of that. Okay. There's just the thing. Okay, I'm going to put this aside now and let it dry, and then maybe we can reevaluate and add some more color after it's all dry. I'm thinking about, in particular, that pen. That pen might need to be watercolored. Maybe a Poppy Parade pen would be cool. Okay, next, that was card 1. Card 2, oh, and I'm going to make an envelope. I'm thinking I'm going to make like a little set of cards here to give away. How about that? And so I need to, and that's stuck already, I need to stamp on the back. Well, I don't know. I'm not really coming up with brain power for that. I'll put that aside. Next one, post box. How cool is this post box? Now, I've been a lot of places around the world, and they have a lot of different post boxes. I love that. I love to send mail out of those. I'm trying to think of where, actually, do I want to stamp that on there? I'll just stamp it on the note card. Have you seen post boxes from different countries? Tell me what color they are. That is primarily what I want to know. So I know here in the United States, our post boxes are typically blue. So that's what I'm going to color today. But not kind of like ours are like a standard blueberry bushel blue. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. But I've seen, let's see, it seems like red. Lots of post boxes are red. And that's cool. I love those. Like Royal Mail is usually red, right? Let's see, maybe you guys have ideas. I know, let's see, my parents lived in Ukraine for a little while. Those were yellow. What's this? This is dark balmy blue. I have been to Australia and New Zealand. I can't remember. I think there's a red because that's Royal Mail also. Ooh, this marker is not too good. Okay, I'll just leave that little area the lightest. Actually, I'm going to do this area too. And Ireland, I think they have green post boxes. So really you have lots of options with this stamp set. You could really do some fun stuff. I saw one shared by another stamper online, and they did the bottom half blue and the top half red. That was cool. And they left the post through the middle white. So it was like a red, white, and blue, which was fun. Okay, that's already looking so dang cute. I love it. I could stop there. But I'm going further. I'm not blending these colors, which is the purpose of these markers, but I think there will be opportunity to go back and do that after. So this is what color? Light Night of Navy. So this actually is looking pretty similar to our American post boxes. They're this dark blue. And I'm just going to cover all over the rest of it. And then add some shading with the dark. Okay, so now here's the tricky part. I got to get around this part that I've already colored and not run it in, overrun it. So far, so good. Oh, let's see. What if you've used Stampin' Blends? I'd love to hear like a favorite project or a favorite way that you like to use it, or favorite colors or anything like that. I still feel like I really enjoy Stampin' Blends, but I still feel like kind of a novice when it comes to those. I haven't become as good with them as I wanted to be. So once in a while I'll have a really good effort though, and it looks really cool. I mean, it looks good every time. I think it's difficult to mess up Stampin' Blends. But I don't feel like an expert, I guess. So if you are experienced, tell me what you got to say. Julie likes the neutral gems. Really? Those, yeah, the ones that are, oh yeah, that's true. Like with all, I've seen it in one of your videos where you're talking about like the person at Stampin' Up! Went to sleep or quit before their job was done, and then they named all of those numbers instead of names like we normally have. Am I restating that correctly? Yeah, those are pretty cool. All the neutrals, all the skin colored tones. Okay, how's that looking? Let's see. Now I think we need to go back and add a little bit here. Favorite colors to do Stampin' Blends with? I'm not seeing anybody mention that. Did I miss it? Oh, Brazil. Oh, England are red and black, and Brazil has green. That's cool. Yeah, Brazil, there's tons. I have sent a postcard to my mother from the Vatican before. That was exciting. I think those are yellow in Italy also, at least in the Vatican. Okay, that's kind of looking neat, isn't it? Well, I just looked at the screen. That's looking amazing, actually. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on that. And I think we're ready for another Poppy Parade heart to put right on our little post letter right there. I get so much joy out of sending letters to people. I really do. And yet I still think of all the time, there's people, tons and tons of people I think of like, I want to send a card to them. And it's fairly often that I don't follow through. And that frustrates me because I want to be perfect at it. And I want to send more cards than anybody's ever expecting. So like this is just kind of like the perfect representation of how I feel like. Every letter has some love in it. Okay, I've cut out these little pieces beforehand, and I'm going to stamp the same thing on all of them. So all 4 of my cards are going to say, "So you get a card." I think that's pretty funny. And so I think you could send this by itself, but I'm going to either put, well, this one, I guess it's just going to say, this is all it's going to say. So you get a card. But let's see, where are my snips? For the other ones, I'm going to put, "I like you," or what's the other one? "Love you always." So this one, I think I'll cut like this, just a little angle there. I feel like this is needing some twine or something also, but maybe that will have to wait until after the video. Let's get some dimensionals on this. And this card is getting really close to finished. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to track down an old notebook before I started though, because I have an idea of how to use that. Okay, I'm not sure where to, I think just right here would be a good spot. So, I feel like it needs so, ... you get a card. But anyway, that's the main idea there. Okay, so let me see if I can snatch a notebook. Well, there is this. I guess I'll use this. I was trying to conserve this, but this is that cool designer series paper that's part of the Delightfully Eclectic. And I was going to show you how you could just use regular notebook paper. Like when this, if you have this and when it runs out, just use regular notebook paper and you're golden there. But since I didn't manage to get any regular notebook paper, I will use this time and save that other idea for later. Oh, that's going to cut right down the pink line, and I don't want to waste that pink line. So maybe I have to go over another ½ inch. But then I lose that pink line. Oh, this is a predicament. I think I'm going to go less than the pink line and save that for another project. Okay. There we go. And then, so these, I just cut those at 3 1/4 because the card is 3 1/2. And so it's 5 by 3 1/2 are note cards. So this one is going to be, what, 3 1/4 by 5 1/4? Look at that. Fits perfect. How funny that that kind of looks pink when I get it inside that. Oh, maybe because of this right here. Okay, where is my seal adhesive? Let's stick this little baby down to the card. And now I can write like it's a real handwritten letter. Isn't that cute? Such cute paper. So that'll be a nice little surprise. Oh, look. And then also it gives you lots of lines, so you can say lots and lots if you want to. Okay, that's the second card. And now the third one. Where was my third idea? Okay, now on this one I actually cut out 2 different colors because I'm not sure which one I'm going to like better. I wanted to do Lemon Lime Twist, but I'm afraid that this ink pad won't be dark enough. So let's see what happens. I've got my Lemon Lime Twist ink pad. And I'm going to randomly stamp Love You Always all over. Except for now I need to remove the stays on because I put that in stays on. So clean that up really quick. And where do I don't have a tissue or anything. You know what happened? Here's my Diet Coke. And I got to move that out of the way so I can get to my chamois. Look at that Diet Coke. This is just a good representation of how my day went. Because, can you see that? It's like... So every time I take a drink, it dribbles down the left side of my mouth. But I'm still trying, so let me try again. Oh, look, it sprayed out onto the grid paper. So, yeah, still not successful. I'm not giving up, though. Okay, Love You Always. I thought I'd just kind of stamp a little background and then put something over the top. So I'm going to attempt to do this in a random-ish sort of fashion and not touching anywhere. And also, so it's kind of, I'm kind of making a checkerboard maybe, or plaid of some sort. Lines. Okay, that looks pretty good. I thought maybe it wouldn't show up that much. But I could also maybe do the Calypso Coral, and then you guys can decide which one looks better for our little contest at the end. I'll give you 4 cards to choose from instead of 3. Okay, so that's that. And then let's do the Calypso Coral right now and see, because I think the contrast of the ink to the cardstock, maybe I'll do this one like this. Might be a little bit more. Oh, I just love this color. I never get tired of it. Well, I don't know. I probably do get tired of it. But then I come back around, I like it again. Okay. And so on. And this will be nice because then I can do like the little heart can be Calypso Coral instead of Poppy Parade on this one. Let's see. Elizabeth, you're learning so much about international post boxes. Are other people saying stuff too? I have to go back and read later. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Well, you know what else? I know this from my coworker that works in Germany, Charlotte. She told me one time that they don't have post boxes like around, like at their, well, they have, I think they have them around the neighborhood. They don't have them in front of their houses. So like an American post box was like kind of a novelty. I was like, what? You are kidding me. I couldn't believe that. And so I'm like, where are they? She said, the post office, or sometimes like in a busy place in the neighborhood. So that was really eye-opening to me. But I suppose that would probably save the American government a lot of money from not having to drive to every single house every single day. Okay. Let's see. What was I going to do next? So what do you think? I think they both look pretty good. I'm not sure if I can even pick a favorite. So I'll just set those aside for now. And then now I'm going to stamp on, that's where I had this piece. I'm going to stamp, where's my little letter again? And this time I'll stamp in Memento. And I need to do 2 of these. That didn't turn out too good. Maybe time to use the other side of the cardstock. And then I'm going to cut these out. So that's why it's okay if they're kind of up in the corner. And then I think I already did Love You Always. So instead of doing that, one of the scripty ones in the middle, I am going to do this one, especially hand stamped for, because I think sometimes when I address letters, I do kind of some fancy stuff. So let's see. Does that even fit? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know how this is going to look. I'll do this on one of them just to commit to my idea. And then the other one, maybe I'll just do an I Like You. I Like You, Love You Always. Is that too much? Maybe, So You Get a Card goes in the middle there. I like that. So the background says Love You Always, So You Get a Card. Aw, cute. Okay. Whoa. I've got this habit of putting my cards on an angle. Okay, so now we need to add itty bitty little hearts. So I guess I'm committing to this one being on the Calypso Coral. That's cute. I think I want a red one for the Lemon Lime Twist though, a Poppy Parade one. I'll get that back out. Whoop! Good thing I'm wearing a black shirt. Okay. And then I don't have, the only Stampin' Blends I have around are these. So maybe we just have a, let's see. If I were going to have a light Night of Navy marker, I think I would like it on this here. So, not marker, pen. Quill. This is a quill. This is like a modern quill. I have some of these. Because I love, during COVID, I signed up for like all these Facebook groups that were pen pals. And then I learned something about myself. I'm a terrible pen pal. So I had several people send me letters and I still, oh, them letters. I'm shameful about it. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I like that. And I don't know. I think I'll leave this one for now and maybe do it with another Stampin' blends once the recording is over. And then maybe the voting can happen on a separate post. Okay. And maybe from the voting, I'm like trying to think what I could do to motivate you guys that are watching to vote. Maybe from the voting, I will send out these cards. So if you vote, you could randomly be selected to receive one of these cards. Okay. Maybe I can even figure out how to do one of those polls. I've done them before, but not a lot, so I'll have to relearn. This is so easy to cut out because it's all of these straight lines, so you don't even really need a die for that. That's amazing. Okay, got that one done. So I'm just imagining, just kind of like right there, and I feel like it needs like one other little, like a piece of blue designer series paper. Wouldn't that be cute? Let me see what I have that gingham. Where is that? I'll get one of these ginghams, like maybe this tiny gingham or the bigger. I'm going to do the bigger, I think. Okay. I'm out of space already. I've stamped myself into a corner. Okay. Jane, you said you hardly get cards, maybe 3 or 4 a year. Well, that is probably the situation for most of us. We get a lot more cards than we send. Other way around. We send a lot more cards than we get. Okay, I am going to not do it the whole length. But yeah, that is, yeah. Maybe, Jane, maybe you should go check into one of those Facebook groups and get a pen pal. But make sure to get a pen pal that will actually write you back, not some lame pen pal like me. Okay, let's see. I'm very sporadically looking up at your comments. Okay. Okay, I'm reading a few of your comments, not all of them, but thanks for the things you're saying. Robin, love it when sentiments build on each other. Yeah, me too. That's so fun. I wouldn't say I'm super good at capitalizing on that though. So maybe I'm getting better at that. Okay, now these definitely need some dimensionals. Where did my big dimensionals go? Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this card, and then the Calypso Coral one I'll finish offline because it'll be similar, just 2 different colors. So look at that. Is that perfect or what? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the blue actually kind of gets lost a little bit, which is sad, but I like the blue gingham too, so I guess maybe that's okay. Okay, so there we go. So you get a card, and I think this also has like, I think this is, you know, it has like one of those stamps that says Stampin' Up on it, so you could stamp that if you wanted, like on the back or something like that. Or this one that I used, the hand stamped especially for, well, that could be used on the back, but I guess that's backwards. I was thinking it was saying hand stamped especially by, and then you could put your own name in there. But I do need to write somebody's name in there, so maybe I'll wait and see if I end up sending this to anybody. Okay, back to the first card now. Look at that! Oh my goodness! Does that look amazing or what? It's like this dreamy, beautiful watercolor blue. It's almost like the letter is literally sitting in water. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'll go around and just do right around the stamp. I didn't notice that little border before, and since I have this same color of Stampin' Blend right there, right here, that could be fun just to highlight that little heart. Oh, and yeah, well, no, I don't want to color the pen. I should be watercoloring it. Should we watercolor that? Should I try to watercolor it Poppy Parade? Let's see how that goes. Clean out my blue, and then sometimes watercoloring with red is really tricky because I have found that it often ends up looking a bit like a crime scene, especially if you're like doing splatters or whatever. So I'm a little nervous about watercoloring with red, but a pen, it's really like held into a specific area, that might work. So there we go. There's our Poppy Parade. And then I would let it dry and then probably add a little bit more to like the stripes and stuff. So that's good. I'll stop there on that one. Yeah, it kind of almost looks orange, but it does match the heart. So that's good. Okay, now this one needs another color of, I have another white, but I don't really want to put that on a white. I don't know. I feel like it maybe could even be on some other designer series paper, or can you think of it? Like maybe it might look good on Poppy Parade. Let's see if I have that. Or let's see, maybe a yellow. Wonder how that would look. That's interesting. I wouldn't say that I love it though. So turquoise, otherwise known as, no, I think this is Bermuda Bay. You can't use that. We don't have that color anymore. That looks pretty. Pretty peacock. It does look pretty because it's pretty peacock. I'll go with that. Okay, so I'm cutting my own, let's see, cutting my own note card. I'll cut at 5 inches, and then, so I don't have to swing that out, I'm just going to score it 3.5. Fold it over and cut it right at the edge of that. That's how I always cheat when I'm doing card bases if they're not scored. Okay, so that's going to go right on there. This almost seems like this would really look nice if it were maybe a torn edge or something, but I don't know. I like it the way it is. But I'm just going to wait for that to dry before I stick it down because I don't want to mess it up. So I think that's it for my 4 cards today. So let's see. We've got, ooh, Elizabeth saying basic gray. Is that, oh, the basic gray card? Ooh, that's a good idea. I don't even think I have any of that. I'll have to try that on there. Thanks for the suggestion. Let's see. Okay, balmy blue would look good too. All right, I'll probably stick with this one though because I already cut it out. So here's the 4 cards. Got 2 up and down and 2 side to side. So what I'm going to do is finish these up, and then I'll take photos of all of them and put them in a separate post, and then you guys can vote on which one you like best. There's not really a winner per se. I'm just curious as to what your different styles are. And then I will send these cards out to different people that vote. So I'll have to message you and get your address and stuff. But anyway, so if you put a vote in there, you're in the random drawing to get one of these. And then I'll let you know, I'll add them all up and let you know which one wins. I was thinking that this would be a perfect set of cards. Like you could do all of those. You do a yellow one and a green one and a red one and a blue one, and then put them in a set to give away to somebody. That'd be super fun. And don't forget the cute paper here on the inside. I need to add that paper to the other ones too. So I'll find my cheap notebook paper for these other ones. So that's it. Thanks for joining me tonight for another Monday night adventure. It was fun spending time with you. Thanks for your comments and your interest. And I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of this stamp set. And I'll see you next week. Let's see. I'm sure there's some things I need to tell you. Okay, before I say goodbye. So tomorrow, the Great American Stampin'. I'm going to take this out so I can look at you while I'm talking. Let's see if I can flip this around. Okay, tomorrow, if you've been keeping up with the Great American Stamp Show, Stamp Off Stamp Show, I call it both things, we are sending out tutorials. I'll be sending out a tutorial to whoever is signed up for my email list. So I'll put that link here, and it's in the featured posts too. If you go all the way to the beginning of the featured posts, you can see that. So if you want some Christmas card tutorials, you can sign up for some emails. We'll have 12 weeks of Christmas card tutorials to share with you. So that's exciting. And then on Thursday is another round 8 of the Great American Stampin' Show. And that, I can't tell you what stamp set we're featuring, but it's a cute one and it's quite different. It's a different style for me, a little bit of a departure. So I'm looking forward to creating something and then sharing it with all of you. So I think that's all I've got. And oh, I did advertise a class that I'm offering. So if you live local, you can come local. Or if you would prefer to do it in your own house, you can do that. Check that out. That's a featured post also. And that's it. Hope you have a great night or day, whatever it is. Thanks so much for joining in. Okay, see you next week.